Today on OC News, one of Donald Trump's newest executive orders has limited the number of gender options on passports.
President Ronald Reagan discussed what's in store for the CSUF financial future amidst budget cuts made by the state.
Plus, students on campus share their opinions on Starbucks' upcoming policy changes.
All that and more on OC News.
This just now in tech news, the first responder on the scene.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts
I feel
over the years.
blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
OC News starts right now.
Welcome to the Late Show edition of OC News. I'm Peter Gibbs.
And I'm Justin Rosette. Thank you for joining us for our last broadcast of February. Former child star Michelle Trachtenberg was found dead in her apartment this morning. She was just 39 years old. Michelle Trachtenberg was found dead by her mother early Wednesday morning. Sources close to the situation believe she could have died from complications following a liver transplant, which she had a few months ago. The police have said the death is not suspicious. Trachtenberg first started acting in the 1990s, acting on the Nickelodeon show The Adventures of Pete and Pete, when she was just 9 years old. She was just nominated for 2 Teen Choice Awards and 1 Daytime Emmy.
California Newsom is asking Congress for $40 billion in funding to assist those affected by the wildfires in Southern California last month. Newsom sent a letter Friday to House Speaker Mike Johnson regarding wildfire relief and the process of starting to rebuild California. The wildfires destroyed more than 11,000 homes and structures, most of that damage occurring in the Palisades, Altadena, and Malibu areas. Newsom has told members of Congress and citizens of California that the funding will be used to rebuild homes, schools, and healthcare facilities while making sure everyone that was affected by the fire feels supported. Newsom thanked President Donald Trump for his help in making sure that California has enough resources to remove debris. Newsom has not responded or commented on President Trump's remarks that federal aid will, quote, come with conditions, unquote.
Cal State Fullerton president released a public statement late Tuesday night regarding Gavin Newsom's proposed budget cuts. California State University Fullerton President Ronald Reagan sent an announcement out late Tuesday night to discuss how Gavin Newsom's proposed budget cuts will affect students and faculty going into next school year. Cal State Fullerton is planning for an 8% reduction in budget, which is estimated to be around $29 million. The school is prepared to take cuts out of various grants and significant risk to federal financial aid. The school is focused on enrollment to secure financial resources required to support students from the time they enroll until the time they graduate. The school is going to focus on trying to recruit new students to the school, along with supporting those already enrolled.
President Donald Trump's two-gender passport is a growing debate, sparking conversations about identity and inclusion. Brianna Delgadillo has the story.
President Donald Trump's recent executive order states that there's going to be only 2 genders, male and female. Let's see what students have to say about the new policy.
I think it's kind of silly. I really don't think it matters. It's a passport. I feel like there's more important things, like especially according to like the immigration process, that we should be focusing on rather than like what the gender says on the passport. So
the X-gender option from passports and suspend the policy that allows transgender, intersex, and non-binary people to change the sex on their passport.
To get these documentation changed for months or even years, why would you strip them of that after they've already been through so much?
Things are really scary and, like I was saying, like super dangerous, because people can literally be targeted and be hate crimed, and a lot of people in the past have been killed because of this, and that's really scary to think about. So that's what I would add.
While the policy remains in effect, many people raise their concerns, hoping for a future where all identities are respected. I'm Brianna Delgadillo with OC News.
Coming up after the break, Governor Newsom asked the parole board to evaluate the Menendez brothers.
And students are turning to alternative methods for updating their wardrobe. Stay with us.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could. People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself. Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
Welcome back to OC News. 3 decades ago, Eric and Lyle Menendez were convicted of murdering their own parents and sentenced to life in prison, but they now have a chance to be released on parole. Gavin Newsom has told the attorneys of the Menendez brothers that he will contact the parole board to investigate whether the Menendez brothers pose a risk to the public if they are released. The Menendez brothers, Eric and Lyle, were convicted of killing their parents at their house in Beverly Hills in 1989. The television series, quote, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story, which aired on Netflix, is one of many documentaries that made the Menendez brothers popular to younger generations. The LA District Attorney has said the chance of their release is now slim.
Last week, we reported on the murder of Cal Fire Captain Rebecca Marodi. Today, we have an update on the story. Authorities are still searching for Yolanda Olenichek, Marodi's wife. Olenichek is seen on footage attacking the Cal Fire captain before fleeing the scene. Homeland Security records state that the suspect entered Mexico about an hour after the incident. Olenichek has a prior offense on her record from 2004 when she stabbed her then husband. Anyone with information on the situation is asked to contact the police.
Costs are rising on everything from eggs to outfits, and some college students are turning to thrifting, a more affordable and trendy way to shop. Raylene has more on the story.
As the cost of living in California continues to rise, more and more college students are turning to thrift stores as it's affordable and trendy.
Yeah, I love thrifting. As of right now, my financial situation hasn't been the best. I'm a college student right now, so there's a lot I have to balance out, but honestly, I find a lot of trendy stuff here.
While some secondhand goods offer savings, certain items like high-demand brands or vintage pieces can be priced similarly to new products.
Thrifting's gone a little bit up in prices, especially with like curated vintage and stuff, but for sure, yeah, certain thrift stores, we have a lot of spaces in our store. A lot of people get scared because they think like antique and vintage means like expensive, but we do have a lot of like pretty well priced things, yeah.
For many students, every penny counts. And while shopping at the trendy stores can be tempting, many are finding that thrifting offers a far more budget-friendly option.
It's really hard to find stores that haven't gone up in prices just because of the economy, but I spend most of my free time doing it, to be honest.
For many, thrift stores are more than just a place to shop. They're a way to stay stylish and save money. So next time you're in need of a wardrobe refresh, consider heading to your local thrift store. This is Raylene DeLeo with OC News.
The deadline for scholarships for Cal State Fullerton students is March 1st. Many students do not realize how much of an impact scholarships can make on their financial situation. Andrea Restrepo has more on the story.
Today we will be getting the students' perspectives on the student application process for scholarships and how it has benefited them.
I do get my school covered for, but being a full-time student of 15 units, I have expenses that need to be paid. I have bills. I mean, I work a part-time job, but with as much time as I dedicate to school, it's a little hard to kind of make ends meet.
Just rolling through the punches and submitting and filling out essays, you know, and going into detail as to why a scholarship would help you really identifies the purpose of why you're in school.
The role of our office is to help students fund their education through opportunities that we offer both within Cal State Fullerton. We have scholarships here, we have scholarships within the CSU, and then we also have outside sources where students can bring in scholarships from their community, from partners that offer scholarships on the national level, state level, and locally, of course.
Keep an eye on your email, students. The deadline is approaching soon in early March. I'm Andrea Restrepo with OC News.
After the break, we'll take a look at what's going on in the world of sports.
And Starbucks has changed their menu, including an updated policy to free water. That and more on OC News.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Last month, the city of Los Angeles was turned upside down when NBA superstar Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. On Tuesday, Luka took on his former team, the Dallas Mavericks. For more, let's introduce our sports anchor, Jocelyn Girarte. Take it away.
Thank you, Justin. That's right. It was a trade that shocked the NBA world. Now it's time to dive into the world of sports as I recap all of our local sports. Now, in a highly anticipated matchup last night, the Los Angeles Lakers secured a victory over the Dallas Mavericks at Crypto.com Arena. The game was particularly significant as it marked Luka Doncic's first meeting with his former team since his recent trade to the Lakers. Doncic delivered an impressive performance, recording his first triple-double as a Laker with 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists. LeBron James also made a substantial contribution, leading the team with 27 points and 12 rebounds. On the Mavericks side, Kyrie Irving stood out, leading all scorers with 35 points. The atmosphere was charged with emotion, especially from Mavericks fans who still wore Doncic's old jerseys to show their continued support. The game not only highlighted Doncic's seamless integration into the Lakers lineup, but also underscored the dynamics resulting from the recent high-profile trade. The Lakers did end up beating the Mavericks 107-99. Now, let's look into our very own Titans that played this past weekend. The Cal State Fullerton Titans baseball team faced a challenging series of games over the past few days. On Friday, the Titans traveled to Fresno where they played a 3-game series against Fresno State. After getting their first win of the season on Saturday, the Titans still fell short in the series with the Bulldogs, erupting in the last game. With a 12-run first inning, capitalizing on multiple hits and walks to establish an insurmountable lead, Fresno State took the series victory. Despite a valiant effort, including a 2 RBI single by Michael Ortega in the first inning, the Titans couldn't overcome the early deficit. Returning home on Tuesday, Fullerton hosted the USC Trojans at Goodwin Field. The Titans continued to struggle in the first inning as the Trojans jumped to an early lead with back-to-back solo home runs. The Titans rallied in the 6th, narrowing the gap to 4-3, but ultimately fell short, with USC securing a 5-3 victory. Notably, USC's Ethan Hedges contributed both a home run and an earned save in the game. These consecutive losses bring the Titans' season record to 1-7. They'll look to rebound in their upcoming series against Wichita State starting this Friday. We continue the action on the diamonds. The CSUF Softball Classic Tournament is named after our former college softball coach, Judy Garman. The annual Judy Garman Softball Classic is underway, starting on February 27th, where Fullerton will bring top-tier competition. Some of the best teams in the nation will go head-to-head in this highly anticipated tournament, showcasing elite talent, with powerhouse programs stepping up to the plate, such as our own Titans, UCLA, Notre Dame, San Diego State, and more. Expect electric plays, dominant pitching, and plenty of home runs. Whether you're a diehard fan or just love a great game, this is one tournament you do not want to miss. First pitch is just one day away, so grab your gear, take your seats, and get ready for some high-intensity softball action. Now that's all I have tonight in the world of sports. Back to you, Peter and Justin.
Thank you, Jocelyn. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a softball? Last Friday, CSUF students competed in an intramural home run derby, and I had the chance to cover the event.
The practice softball field sounded like fireworks on the 4th of July when students competed in the intramural home run derby. Southpaw Aaron Peterson served as the designated pitcher, tossing softballs to slugger after slugger.
We had 17 people participate, which is probably one of the bigger tournaments that we have. Especially being an individual tournament, it's really nice. Like I thought maybe 1 or 2, but we actually got a good turnout when it comes to girls participating in this tournament, and being able to compete in this tournament was really good for them, I felt like.
You had all types of competitors out here trying to hit one out of the park, and ultimately the winner out of nowhere hits one all the way into the Arboretum.
Only 3 of the 17 competitors were female, yet Raneem Kurdia stole the show after a dominant performance.
I just think about swinging line drives. Line drives turn into home runs. That was just my thought process going into it. And I played my whole life up until JUCO. I missed playing softball, so I was like, why not? Just let's give it a shot, you know?
There were barely any softballs left after Jacob Pease fell just short in the final round. Despite the loss, Pease is already looking to build off his solid performance for the 2026 Derby.
I wanted to come out and do it last year, but I was too sick, so then when I saw it come around this year again, I was like, gotta participate. I'll definitely be out here next year. Had a blast, came up a little short, but I do want to win it next year.
Along with the fiery competition, students like Trevor Skurlock interacted with their fellow Titans while enjoying the warm weather.
It's fun because these guys are also my teammates for club baseball, and so definitely have bragging rights for the rest of the year. This event's pretty cool. There's a lot of people out today, and yeah, just coming out, get some sun, and be active.
There will certainly be a multitude of matches in 2026 when Kurdia defends her crown. For OC News, I'm Peter Gibbs.
To all the coffee lovers out there, if you start to see less drink options at your local Starbucks, you are not imagining it. Daniel Tinoco has more on the new menu changes.
Thanks, guys. I'm here on campus at the Starbucks in the TSU. Make sure you know on March 4th, there will be some significant changes coming to the Starbucks near you. Some of these changes include no more free waters unless accompanied by a purchase, as well as 13 items getting removed from their menu, including a fan favorite, espresso frappuccino.
White chocolate chip mocha latte, which I love on a cold morning. It's so good, hot. So I'm kind of bummed that they're taking that one out, but I'm also one to get a ton of stuff, so I'm kind of excited for their new drinks.
It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, water is kind of like a basic thing that every person needs. So having to buy something just to get water, you know what I mean? Plus, it's California, right? So it gets super hot. So I think it's kind of ridiculous.
You have a Starbucks, you have a few Starbucks on campus, and not being able to give free water to students that potentially can't get water in other places, I think it's a big deal.
With these changes coming soon, make sure to grab your fan favorites before they're all gone. And if you plan on getting water, you can accompany that with any of the new 2025 spring selections, including the iced cherry chai, or if you're craving food, the chicken jalapeno pocket. This is Daniel Tinoco with OC News.
As long as they don't get rid of a caramel macchiato, I think I'll be okay with Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest coffee guy, but not being able to get that free water, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Definitely.
That's all we have for this week on OC News. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 4:45 for our next show. From OC News, I'm Justin Rosette.
And I'm Peter Gibbs. Make sure to follow us on social media at OC News CSUF and at Titan TV CSUF. We will see you next week.